Welcome everyone. Today we're talking about real investor math, specifically the one metric that separates hype from real performance, cash on cash return. By the end of this video you'll know what it is, why it matters, and how to calculate it for yourself. So what exactly is cash on cash return? It measures your annual pre-tax cash flow against your actual cash you've invested. If you've invested $100,000 and the property pays you $12,000 a year in cash flow, that's a 12% return. Unlike the cap rate, this one considers leverage, how your financing affects profits. That's why it is a true measure of cash performance. So why does it matter? Because it tells you what's really happening with your money. First, it's an alignment with cash income. It's about cash in your pocket, not cash profits. Second, it helps you evaluating capital recovery. It shows how fast your investment pays you back and starts producing pure income. Third, it's a benchmark for investment choices. If you can compare deals quickly, 8% versus 12%, and see which one delivers a stronger return. Finally, risk assessment via financing. It accounts for leverage. More debt can boost your return, but it also raises your risk. How do you calculate it? Let's look at how to calculate your real return on cash invested. This is the number that separates solid deals from emotional buys. Let's take a scenario. Say you invest $100,000. That's your real cash, your skin in the game. Most investors Most investors do not buy with all cash. They use leverage, usually 70 to 80% financing. So that $100,000 might control a $400,000 property. That's the power of leverage. Small cash, big control. Now let's talk about what it actually earns. Your net cash flow. In this case, $12,000 a year is what's left over after everything's paid. Your mortgage, your taxes, insurance, and management. That's the real money you get to keep. And consistent, predictable cash flow is what keeps investors satisfied and helps portfolios grow. Here's the math. Let's take $12,000 annual cash flow and divide it by a $100,000 cash investment. That gives you a $12,000 cash on cash return. 12% return means your money is working 12% harder each year, and that's a solid performance in income real estate. Serious investors rely on numbers, not hype. Cash on cash return tells the truth, what's really being earned, not what somebody hoped you'd make. Here's why investors often stumble. Cash on cash return focuses on what's real. It's not a forecast, it's proof. When you rely too much on rosy projections, you set yourself up for disappointment. Tracking your cash on cash return over time lets you spot problems early and make adjustments before they cost you money. Once you understand this metric, you make decisions with clarity, not emotion. It helps decide when to buy, hold, or sell. When you combine it with your portfolio scale, you can balance growth and risk. And when you layer it in diversification and risk analysis, you create a complete, well-rounded investment strategy. But those that don't know me, I'm Jerry Williams, CEO of Reagan Reid and Select Capital. I've spent more than 20 years helping investors grow real estate portfolios that generate steady, predictable income. Our approach is simple: transparency, strategy, and performance. We align investor goals with real markets, not hype. If you appreciate straightforward numbers-based investing, I invite you to follow along. I share practical insights, market-based returns, and real examples that help you invest smarter. Check out the testimonials. They speak for themselves. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos or key investor metrics like equity multiple, cap rate, and internal rate of return. Let's wrap this up. Understanding cash on cash return empowers you to make smart, confident investments. It gives you a clear picture of your actual cash flow, helps you evaluate opportunities precisely, and leads to long-term profitable outcomes. The investors who master this concept don't just buy properties, they build wealth strategically. If you'd like to talk about income-producing properties or structured real estate investments, here's how to reach me. Cell phone, text 706-577-0507, office 706-309-2801, extension 2, email at Jerry, Jerry, at ReaganReid.com. And my mailing address is 1327 Warren Williams Road, Suite D, Columbus, Georgia, 31901. Thanks for watching, and remember, smart investing starts with knowing your numbers.